Miss it all, fellas. Yeah, well, love it. Miss it all, fellas. Can't you understand? Miss it all, fellas. Then you won't have to worry. No. Miss it all, fellas.
Yo, what's up, man? What up, man? What's up, man? How you doing? Chilling, you know. Where you coming from? Just around the way, Alright, yo. Stressing out, man. What's wrong with you? Just chilling. You know, met up with Leslie the other day. You know, sitting with Leslie.
Hey, how's it going, guys? My name's Kyle Warner, and I'm a pro mountain bike racer and SR Suntour athlete. I'm just going to walk you guys through a routine service on my Duralux 29er. I'm going to do a lower leg clean and lube. This is the bike that I ride most of the time at home, so it gets a lot of abuse, and just got to take it apart sometimes, clean it out, and make sure it keeps running smooth so you got good traction. Alright, so first step to any service is taking the wheel off. Basically, this is the Q-Lock 2 from SR Suntour. It has a quick release lever here on the right side. I'm going to flip this lever, hold it with my right hand, and then push and turn this little knob a quarter turn until the collet locks, and then slide it out. Super easy axle system. It's not directional, you can do it either way if you prefer to have the lever on one side other than the other. But yeah, super simple, easy, and it's very nice for out on the trail if you have a flat or something. Alright, so now that we got our brake caliper removed, we're going to pull this red rebound knob off. It's pretty easy, you just give it a little tug, it'll come right off. Then right behind there's this little rubber O-ring. I like to use the open end 10 mil and just put it on the side, get a little lip going, and then pull the ring off. So now I have the ring off, and I'm going to take a 10 mil wrench. I'm going to loosen these. Both sides are 10 mil on this fork. This is the RC2 cartridge, PCS. So it's a 10 mil on both. The R2C2 runs a 12 mil on this side and 10 on this. So remove these nuts. And then from there, we're just going to slide the lowers off. So now that I got the lowers off, the first thing I'm going to do is reach in here with a pick, and I'm going to pull out this little dust wiper here. Let's see if we can get it first try. So this is the dust wiper. One cool thing about the Suntour forks is they don't actually require an oil bath in the lower. They use a really good Teflon bushing system, and then these little guys, which will soak in like a 20 weight synthetic lube, or a 15 weight fork fluid if you have that too. And it just keeps everything running smooth. If you're out at a race and you just need like a little bit, like it's feeling just slightly sticky after a long dry weekend, you can pop these little bleed port screws and actually inject a little bit of oil too. But when I do a full service, I like to just soak these for a bit and take care of the rest of the fork, and then once I'm done with that, install these and it's nice and lubed up. So now that I got the lowers off, I have the uppers exposed here. So you got both your stanchions, you have your negative spring assembly and the rod here, and then you have your cartridge rod showing here. I like to take some Maxima suspension clean or some isopropyl alcohol to spray it on a blue rag. I wipe down the fork, make sure there's no excess dirt anywhere, especially around the edges, it likes to accumulate. So wipe all that down. And then while I'm here too, I like to check the rod for any oil seepage. So this one's nice and clean. And I cycle it slowly and just make sure it's quiet and there's no dead spots or air bubbles in it. If you do find something like that, you can always get it serviced, but it's just a good opportunity to make sure everything's working good. So now that we got the uppers all cleaned out, we're going to do the same thing with the lowers. I'm going to take my rag with some suspension clean or some alcohol on it and just really wipe out the dust seal and the top bushing right here. So make sure you get any excess dirt that's in there. Once you get these clean, I'm going to head back over here to the foam wipers that we had soaking and pull one out with the pick. And then I threw a glove on just because I'm dealing with oil. But I'm going to put these here and just kind of reinstall, just massage that around the edge. And it should sit just directly above the bushing. So it's in there now. I like to just spin it around a little bit just to make sure it's seated and it's not hanging over. And then I'll come over and we have a light grease. We're using slick oleum today, so you don't need much. A little goes a long way. I'm just going to come in here and then coat the bushing So it's the Teflon coated bushing, and we're just going to coat that in some light grease. Once you get this done, I'll just clean up some of the excess oil that spilled, and then you're ready to reassemble. So it's a really simple process, super easy to do out on the road, and it keeps everything running really smooth. Alright, so now we got the lowers, they're clean. We got the dust wipers are lubed. We got the foam rings have been set in oil, they're lubed. Little light grease around the Teflon bushing. Our uppers are clean, so it's ready to reassemble. I like to just hold it by the middle of the arch so you have good alignment, and slide it up slowly. Should just roll right on here, and then get it up to where the posts come out. We're going to come back over here and grab our nuts with the crush washers. Make sure those are installed for sure. And just thread these bad boys on. Alright, so now we got the nuts on both sides. We're going to take a torque wrench, and it's set for 10 Newton meters for both of these guys. We're going to come on here, tighten that one. Then I'm going to grab this little rubber ring for the rebound knob, and it sits right here on this perch. So I'm going to go in here, make sure it's sat down, take the rebound knob, align it with the hex on the bottom, and just kind of give it a push. So now that it's on there, just give it a small tug to make sure it doesn't come off, and then make sure it spins freely. So now we got the lowers back on. What we got to do is just put the brake back on and then throw the wheel in, and we'll be good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. This whole thing took us about 10 minutes, so it's really simple, really easy to do, and it's a great thing to do right before a race weekend or if you have a long trip coming up. If you want more information, or if you want to find a bike shop that can do this, check out the SR Suntour-cycling.com site. And yeah, we'll put a link to it in the description, and I hope you guys have a good time.